Hello, this is Nalân Koç from the Norwegian Polar Institute. I'm the research director, and at the European Polar Board, I'm representing the Research Council of Norway. The Norwegian Polar Institute is a directorate under the Norwegian Ministry of Climate and Environment, which carries out scientific research and environmental monitoring in the Arctic and Antarctic. So we work in the both polar areas, and the institute provides the Norwegian state with expert and strategic advice concerning polar issues, and also represents Norway in various contexts at international forums, and functions as also Norway's environmental authority in Antarctic. Our main focus areas, we work with natural sciences, and we work on topics like climate, pollutants, biodiversity, and we also do geological and topographic mapping of Norwegian polar areas. And we at the same time also manage and coordinate work at the Norwegian research stations, both in Ny-Ålesund and on Svalbard, and in at the Dronning Maud Land in Antarctica. And we also have a icebreaker for our marine work. It's a new boat which started its work in 2018, and it's called the Kronprins Haakon. We're very proud of our new state-of-the-art facilities, and being a polar nation, and with a lot of resources for research, we also make our resources facilities also available for other nations who do not have these facilities, for also initiating international collaboration. So researchers are most welcome to both the Ny-Ålesund Research Station on Svalbard, to Troll in Antarctica, and we have also placed our icebreaker Kronprins Haakon on the EU RISE project, so that others have access to our infrastructure. And other than that, I can also inform you that our institute is also very international. We have colleagues from 24 different nationalities, which make up about 37% of our staff, of about 219 persons. And so we are ourselves are also, even though we are a national institute, we have international staff also, which we are very happy for the diversity also of the institute. We are quite well balanced regarding also gender perspectives. After a while, even though we are dealing with natural sciences in the polar areas, which used to be a men's area, now it's become much more gender balanced also. Norwegian Polar Institute, together with the University of Tromsø and the Fram Center, is now the host for the Apex Polar Early Career Scientist Group international office. So we are also hoping to contribute and work with the new generation of polar scientists. The European Polar Board is a unified network for the European polar community. And its aims are to coordinate and collaborate on scientific priorities and communicate as the voice of European polar research. Now, we know with the climate change, we see that the polar areas are being affected by global impacts, and we are seeing that the Arctic is warming much faster than the rest of the globe, about 4 times larger. The temperature change, and there are a lot of impacts that are also consequences of this high and rapid warming in the Arctic. We are also seeing impacts of the warming also in the Antarctic, both in the Southern Ocean and on Antarctica. As such, it is our task as the research community to make sure that we address these issues. These are big issues, so it's very difficult to address these issues as single institutes or single countries, because the areas where what we are dealing with are large, and the way we need to address these issues are multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary. So it says by itself that no, we need the international community to get together to address these big issues. So here comes the European Polar Board, which is a network, at least of the European community, to be able to prioritize and initiate some of these big scientific questions to be addressed. So an European Polar Board can also facilitate rest of the international community, also globally, to come together and address some of our prioritized questions, scientific tasks. So that's how I'm seeing as the European Polar Board as a unifying voice for the European polar research community. For the future, as I said, the areas where we are working are being more and more affected by the climate change and its effects on the whole system. So we need to focus more and more on these issues together. So I'm looking forward to the European Polar Board playing a stronger role in both helping us prioritize these big efforts and also to coordinate the research, and of course help us in communicating these issues so that the research community is also in a position to raise awareness and also funding to address these big issues.